I was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. I didn't go for conventional treatment. I refused all of it because I trusted my intuition, and I knew I will attract something big to help me. And even if I'm wrong, I said it's okay, I can make a mistake. If I die, I will die anyway, sooner or later, but at least I'll be doing something for myself that feels right for me. During 3 years, I tried all kinds of things, you name it, I've done it, like going to healers, fasting for 40 days, doing all kinds of cancer protocols. Unfortunately, nothing worked. Just before I got here, my cancer went into a stage that there's no option for surgery anymore. And I had metastasis in my lungs, liver, scalp, bones, breast, all around my chest as well. I was coughing a lot, like I was not able to talk without start coughing. My breath was very shallow because I could not breathe in deeply. I could not walk properly because my sitting bone, two of my ribs, bone here, where else? My joint, they were all, I think you call it fractured, broken, like they became very thin and cracked. And in October, I was having a surgery on my spine. 3 of my vertebrae became empty, like cancer destroyed it from inside, and it looked like an eggshell. So when I got into hospital, I had such a pain in my chest that the only way I could describe it, it was like I was telling my doctor, I'm having a birth, I'm giving a birth, but it goes through my chest, not this way, but this way. And all women understand it's something you can't really, yeah, it's strong. So they took me on a surgery, and they've done 4 of them, but they prepared me mentally that the vertebrae are so fragile at that point that I might get into a wheelchair. So be ready for that. And I said, okay. But they did really good job, and I was recovering quite well, but still going like this and staying at home most of the time. I could not walk far, I would get tired, and I could not sleep because I had so much pain, and all other kind of things that a person with cancer 4th stage would experience. So I got home after this surgery, and I was watching Dr. Joe's online, and it was really touching me. Like, I can't describe exactly what was it, but I would cry all the time. He would not say anything special or like, you know. I would cry all the time, and I could not do meditation because I could not sit for a long time. My, you call it different, but it's the bone we sit on. In Russian, we call it sitting bone. I could not sit on it like for 15, 20 minutes. I could, but then I had to get up or lay down. And I also could not do breathing. I had so much cough, you would not believe how hard I was coughing. But I got the point about gratitude, feeling grateful, and I started to write letters to all people who was helping me during these 3 years, saying, thank you, I love you so much, and you've done so much for me. And I really felt it. And then something started to move inside of me, and things started to change. I was feeling a bit better, and I was recovering quite well. My doctors were just always so happy for me, and they were saying, you're doing so well, just, you know, keep on. And just 2 weeks ago, I got a thrombosis under my left knee, and my doctor said, you can't go on a plane, like, it's too dangerous. And I said, I'm going to go there, even if it's going to be my last trip. So he said, get the best insurance you can afford, and keep sending me messages every day, and if you get in troubles, make sure I talk to your doctor. So I got here, I was fine. My friend met me here, and I was in a quite good conditions. Like, we went for a walk, but I would go slow, and every 20 minutes I needed to sit down and so on. But anyways, the first evening, the first meeting here in the hall, I could not sit for long. So for 20 minutes I would handle it, and then I would just stand up and go back, and I would listen from the standing in the back, and then I would sit again, and so on. And next morning we got here. I never doubted, I didn't ask myself how I'm going to meditate, somehow I thought, I'll see. I don't know how, but I'll see how it's going to happen. So in the morning we came here, and the music was playing so nicely, and I felt like I would like to dance, but I have not been dancing for years. So I got up and I started to go slow with small movements. And then I said to myself, you know what, if you're dancing like you're healed, if you're healed, you would go really wild. I was a bit afraid, but I started to go like this. And nothing hurt me. Nothing hurt me at all. So there was a day when our surrendering challenge came in. And I went there, and they explaining the whole thing. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, that's not a good thing for you to do. And somehow, while I'm trying to figure out who I have to tell that there is a chance if I jump, I might fall into pieces, and they will have to collect me. Everything gets organized, and people holding the net, and I'm still standing a bit on side, looking around. Is there someone I have to talk to? And then this beautiful tall man from above says, we start from you. And I got there without doubting, So I jumped, and it was big, and nothing happened, and nothing hurt me. And it felt just, I can't explain how good it felt. And then there was a walking meditation. Virginia asked us a few times if someone needs walking assistance, and we can stay here in the garden. And I was just about going to tell her that I might better stay in the garden. And then I said to myself again, if you stay in the garden, you're still sick person. If you're healthy, if you're healed, you go with everyone. And then when you get to the park, you'll see what you're going to do.
Hey, you got to trust in your future to do that.
I always knew I have my medical insurance, though. So we got into the park. I felt good. I started to listen, and when there was time to walk, I felt like dancing and running and jumping. And then I thought they didn't say it's jumping or dancing meditation. They said it's walking meditation.
How Russian of you. I'm kidding.
But I went with my feelings, and then I thought if I do something wrong, someone will come to tell me. No one came. So I'm feeling very well. I do wild dancing every day, and
Tell them about the size of the lesion on your breast.
so every night I have to text my doctor, and I tell him what got smaller and what is gone, and like there's every day to tell him.
Isn't that a
what.
great conversation with a doctor?
He says, I don't know what you're doing there, but you keep doing it. And first time when you get back, I want to see you like ASAP. About my conditions, I was getting better since October. And I have to tell you, I'm not taking much pills. Like I'm taking 3 medications out of like list of 20. And I think it does help me, like what they give me. There are a few things to protect my bones and some other things. But it also has lots to do with things I'm going like spiritually, you know, what I think and what I feel and so on. And by the way, the thromb is not there anymore. Like the first day I touched, it's gone.
So, didn't you tell me backstage that the large ulcerated mass that was in and above your left breast had reduced in size by 50% this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I go into details, it might take a couple of hours, so I'm trying to make it short. But yes, the biggest tumors that I can feel from outside, I don't know what's inside, but going on, but I'm sure something good. So my biggest tumors shrank in about half size since October.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't you love while she was headed up for her walking meditation, she was thinking about it? She told me this, I don't know if she said it. She was thinking about how she should walk if she was healed. In other words, how would she walk? She was asking herself that question on the way there. She can't walk in pain because that would be her old self. She would have to walk as her new self out of pain. That's the choice she made. By the end of that meditation, she had no pain. She just made the choice to be that. You understand that? She stopped being the person in pain and started being another person out of pain. And like magic, the pain went away. And if she didn't trust it, she would never make the choice, and she trusts it, and that's beautiful.